Frost. 15. There are different types of pain. One is temporary, while the other one is permanent. And I have always believed that just like pain, people are like that too. Some are like bruises, leaving you aching for a while others leave you retracting the scars they left you with for the rest of your life. I have been parked in the car park home for close to 30 minutes and at no point have the tears stopped dropping. Everything is just rushing back at me and I am crying all the tears I held back for months. It hurts so bad I don't think I will be able to recognize myself after this, because I had built my walls so high and now they are crushing on my head with no remorse. I hold my tummy and chuckle through the tears when I think of the few minutes that followed just after I was told that Tumelo was dead. I remember hearing the doctor and a nurse holding my hand, but it's like they had started speaking a different language that I couldn't hear them. I remember how I overheard the nurses whispering that I didn't mourn my son, maybe because I didn't love him enough. Some even insinuated that maybe I had deliberately done something to him. But how was I going to explain to these women that I couldn't cry because I was in denial? How was I going to cry when it felt like I was alone in the world? But then again, what was the point in justifying myself when one can never understand the amount of pain you are going through unless they walk a day in your shoes? Sighing really hard with buggy eyes, I get out of the car and walk into the house. I didn't even notice that Dainty's car was parked in his spot. He looks at me once and stands up to hold me. I allow myself to break down in his arms all over again. I have been doing a good job hiding the pain away from him, but I am tired of pretending that I am strong and I can do this without him, but truth is I need him and he lost Tumelo too. It's just unfair for me to push him away. He doesn't say a word for a good 5 minutes as I continue to break down in his arms. He just rubs my back lovingly until finally I am calm. He walks me over to the bedroom and helps me out of my clothes after running me a bath. He doesn't say a word. It's like he understands that right now I just want to cry it out. I can't remember the last time Dainty and I were like this. Over the months things have gotten so bad that physical touch has been thrown out of the window. When done, he wipes my body and helps me into a fresh pair of pajamas, then leads me to bed. I want him to stay with me, but he says he will make me some soup then join me later. When he goes to the kitchen, I try to block everything out of my mind, but it's like the more I try the worser it gets and fresh tears start pouring all over again. Enough, babe. You will get sick, he says, walking into the bedroom with the bowl of soup. He was the most beautiful baby I ever laid my eyes on, I say, wiping the tears with the back of my hand. He comes to sit next to me, the bowl still in his hands. He had beautiful dark eyes. I looked into them until he fell asleep. In that moment I was complete. In that moment there was nothing that could go wrong, only for him to be snatched from me in an instant. I say, sniffing. I wanted you there. When I say that, I break down, realizing it's the first time I am allowing myself to be this vulnerable in his presence. I am sorry, baby. I am so sorry, he responds, tears failing him. Imagine losing a child that you have just met and then mourning him alone. I couldn't even bring myself to cry. I needed you, Dainty, and God knows I have never blamed you, but you were supposed to be there. I pause, trying to absorb the pain. Dainty, I was chosen to be somebody's mom, and no, I wasn't ready. I still wanted a life away from the commitment of a child, but then I got to be excited and fall in love with the idea of bringing someone to life. Yes, there were days I questioned if we were going to be the best parents, because as humans we were flawed and rusty. Dainty, no one tells you that when you lose a child you will continue to hear them cry even when they are gone, that their death could lead to years of pain and leave permanent scars. Giving away her maternity could permanently leave stains. I count days and months and how old he would be right now. I remember his name and I imagine him being promoted to each and every grade. And you never got to say you were sorry. ... Your friend and author, Winnie. Hibiscus.